Why do you think some people claimed that GamerGate was about harassment or hating women?
Because a lot of that was actually happening, and a lot of people had shitty ideas about those things. But it wasn't about that. It's just, again, people remember and focus on the negative experiences, and a lot of people had those negative experiences on both sides. Because again, when we were talking about not your shield, I I remember some writings of people accusing the minorities of not your shield of being, and I quote, house Negroes. So, like, the whole thing was very heated in general.
Obviously, you were part of the harassment patrol,
Yeah,
anti-harassment patrol, I should say.
yeah.
What
Well,
was that like?
I mean, it honestly was really a side thing, as in, all that happened is that there were people that started this, and the harassment patrol worked this way. If you were seeing something, you were linking it with the hashtag, and everybody that was on it was going to report the post. And it's not even that I was going much out of my way. If you were on Twitter and if you were following the hashtag and stuff like that, you were seeing some gnarly shit, including, I remember one of the things that I reported was this series of accounts, because he made multiple and he continued to post photoshops of, I think it was Zoe Quinn on um diaper porn, you know, like, th- that was the wildest shit on Twitter. And on one side, I love that Twitter doesn't really filter anything, but on the other side, if you get on the wrong side of Twitter, you're going to see some shit.
Do you think that, well, first off, how important to you was it that bad actors were condemned?
It was, so on one side, it was important for me, as in, to, like, for my own personal integrity. It was important that if I was criticizing the other side for some shit that they were doing, the people on my side doing the same shit needed to be criticized as well. Like, I'm like, I don't believe in there's no wrong tactic, only wrong targets. I believe there are wrong tactics, and I'm going to call them out. On the other side, I was also not under the illusion that on that I was going to make the difference. Like, the flood of the internet is unstoppable, and you're going to just be a little bit of a shield for some people, but people are going to be horrible on the internet, and there's no way to stop that. Like, there's not enough manpower to do that. It's so much easier to make 100 accounts to shitpost with than it is to block 100 accounts from doing
Do you think most GamerGate people did a good job condemning harassment?
it. Some people did. A lot of people that didn't weren't necessarily bad actors. It's more like, they were trying to gain points, and they were getting a little bit defensive when things were shown that were not making them look good. But it's not that they were doing it because they agreed with the bad actors. It's more that they were embattled. They, instead of condemning their own, they were just playing the no you So not really, but it's mostly because again, there were so many people that don't really put that much commitment on doing things the right way. They just want to do what feels good to them, and what feels good to them is winning points on the internet. And again, it's not, oh, we were doing this and the other guys were not. Like, that is the nature of the whole conversation.
Now, Scarlet, do you want to talk about? Was there a brief period of time where you thought I was a bad actor?
Uh, Again, I don't think you were a bad actor. What I think you were, and honestly, I'm not saying you still are, but I'm saying that talking about it while doing this makes it look that way. I think you were trying to be a protagonist on GamerGate. You were trying to make a name for yourself. You were trying to be the center of attention a little bit. And sometimes you did some dumb shit in your attempt to be at the center of the conversation. And again, you were also 10 years younger, basically, like 9 at this point. So I get it. But yeah, sometimes you made some choices, like certain people that you invited to your streams that we already talked about, like that thing that happened with Baphomet, where you called into a stream a bunch of people that were from literally a group that was doxing people.
Well, to be
Um,
clear though, I have talked about this publicly. Um,
yeah,
Part of the stream, like it's in the book even. But to be clear, I was literally brand new to GamerGate,
yeah,
and these guys were like, "Oh, hey, we're trolls." I did not know that they were that bad. I thought
yeah.
that they were
No, I
just
get
like
it.
a jump on, fuck around.
The,
That's
the,
literally what I thought they were.
the point is that as you're accusing other people, you didn't make your research and you just did the things the lazy way.
Yeah, true, true.
I also I also remember a few messages that you sent to the moderation team of against Gamergate that were particularly cringe. I remember I'm going to out you. I remember one where you said something that was like, I have been on the pinnacle of Gamergate and I have seen things, and like, what the fuck are
But I
you?
was wait. Was I quoting Blade Runner though? Okay,
No, no,
I
no, no, no. It
the
wasn't
speech from
Blade
Blade
Runner.
Runner.
No, it wasn't Blade Runner. It was just you saying that basically you are the leading expert on everything in Gamergate and you know how things are, while which, you know, I would never say I'm the leading expert on Gamergate, but obviously you see some shit when you're a moderator in that subreddit. Uh,
To be clear,
we were
I don't remember this happening. Okay,
No,
like
no, I'm sure you don't remember.
I'm not saying you're lying. I'm
I'm
just saying
sure
I
you
don't
don't
remember. I
remember.
sent some crazy ass fucking mod mail messages. I'm not gonna lie.
Honestly, I wish I had still access to it because I will quote it to you. But it was so clear that you were trying to be a protagonist in the conversation. And, again, it's fine. But at the same time, me saying this while you're trying to write the book kinda kind of makes it feel like you're still doing it. But it's fine.
Hey, no, no. Hey, look, I think I'm open about everything, dude. So
No, that's fair.
no, though I think I'm not sure if like it's good form as a general matter to like out private mod mail messages.
Yeah.
But like whatever, I don't really care.
Yeah, but
Dude, I don't
I
remember ever
mean,
sending that mod mail. But like if it was, are you sure you got to look up the pinnacle thing? That sounds almost like the speech at the end of Blade Runner, right?
no, I know, but no, it was not Blade Runner because I would have recognized that.
Okay.
But I don't. I mean, it's been years.
But dude, yeah,
Uh,
I'm not gonna lie, I was kind
but
of cringe at times, very
yeah,
much so.
you recognize that you were cringe. Come on.
And to be clear, unlike the Baphomet helicopter guy thing, helicopter guy did publicly forgive me, and I did publicly apologize.
That's fair. I mean, it's growing up, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, no. I don't think you were like the actual bad actor were other people. Like Ralph Retort, I will consider a bad actor.
Oh, definitely.
You know, like people like that definitely were bad actor. There's some people that were honestly just stupid. like like there was a lot of lack of maturity in the entire conversation.
Yeah. Well,
There's a
as the
there's a lot of
hero
people.
of the GamerGate story, I definitely saw a lot of that.
Yeah, no, I know. I mean, like you are the anime protagonist of GamerGate.
I mean, I kind of did maybe. I don't think I saw myself quite that way. That is putting such a harsh spin on it.
Yeah.
But I did. I mean, I did have a little bit of a chip on my shoulder. I'm not gonna lie.
Yep. But
Very much so.
also but also remember, I was the one that was fighting for you when it comes to your ban from against GamerGate.
Dude, I didn't. They never made it public who voted for who on whether I should be banned after that incident, did they? I
No, and honestly, we should have not made it public because why? But I was very clear with my argument that as moderator of Against Gamergate, we have no title to ban someone for something that happens completely outside of our jurisdiction. As in, we do not have the authority of making those kind of decisions. But there were some people that we mentioned before that were like, nope, I want to ban it.
I wonder how Hoax voted.
Yeah, that's the person I was talking about.
Yeah, dude. Uh well, it's funny too because well, it's not funny. The whole thing was like a disaster. Like I felt like my life was in shambles and I disgraced GamerGate and I
Uh,
was disappointed in
s-
myself
See,
and it
see
was like a
that
whole
that is
thing.
that is the thing. The moment that you think that your life is in shambles because you disgrace Gamergate, you need better priorities in your life.
I mean, it was a cause I cared about. It's a cause a lot of us cared about.
No, I
Sometimes
get it.
too
I
much at
get it.
times, but
Yeah, some a lot of times too much.
very much so.
And to be honest, for me too in 2000, like me in 2014 was a very different situation and context that it is today. As in, when I got into the GamerKey discussion, I was first a game developer, and then a game developer that was laid down and was trying to go indie. And the whole discussion on the main thing to me was the fact that indie games was presented like an equal opportunity ground where everybody can make a good game and reach success. And what came out is that there was a lot of nepotism, and a lot of the people that constantly got articles were personal friends of the people writing them. So, on a personal, professional level, that was a way more important discussion for me than it would be today, or than I think it should be for a lot of people that were involved. It wasn't their job. Like, they had no stakes in the race. I did.
Yeah, but it's interesting. What I wanted to bring up though about the harassment thing though is man, you were there after I had leaked the hangout. to those trolls,
Yeah.
like my reputation was toast in GamerGate for a long time. And I had to
It
like
was.
slowly. It was, dude. Like nobody would
Oh,
fucking talk to
absolutely.
me, dude. For like years later, there'd be people who were like, oh, I condemn Netscape. I don't talk to Net. Remember Razor Beams?
Yeah.
Anytime he saw
Yeah.
me, he'd be like, this guy's a bad actor. You know, like it was
Yeah.
like it was bad, dude.
I
Like
know.
we took harassment. Like that's part of like this story where like they call us harassers. Where like what I did was like pretty mild, and like I of course owned up to it and apologized to it about it, of course, immediately. Um, but like what I did was pretty mild, and like I was a black sheep in GG for a while, and it took a long time for me to rebuild the community's trust.
Yeah, it was.
But
And
good.
I have to be honest, while I'm perfectly okay with what happened and everything, but it's still kind of the first thing that comes to mind when I hear Netscape. Like, oh yeah, that incident. As in,
not
again,
the thousands of hours I put into like videos and
no.
operations and stuff. No, no, no. It's that
Again,
one
again,
incident.
again, the bad things that happen remains in your brain way longer than anything else.
Yeah.
It's true. It's just how it happens.
No, I mean
Yeah.
you're right. And but like it's just it's as someone who was widely viewed as a bad actor for a period of time.
Yeah.
I think I did redeem myself. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, again, first of all, nothing really happened.
Yeah, nothing happened.
It could have happened. It was it wasn't smart of you to do that, especially as someone that was trying to build a reputation in those kind of spaces. That wasn't your best move. But nothing happened. Nobody was hurt. Honestly, it was a little bit overplayed. It's just, again, that it really felt like at that point in time, you would do anything to get famous in Gamergate.
Yeah, which is yeah. I mean, I don't think that like there. I understand that was a perception some people had, but even at the time, like I was a bit of a clout shark. I'm not gonna deny that.
Yeah.
Very much so. But like I did genuinely have a lot of like really good faith conversations, and like sometimes
Oh no,
not,
yeah.
right? Like you get on a drunk live stream, and
No.
it goes 8 hours, and like you're fucking wasted. Like sometimes those aren't the best conversations, but like we also had a
I mean,
lot of really good ones and a lot of
I
really interesting discussions.
I don't remember who it was, but apparently that is not the worst that happened. I remember, but I don't remember who it was. Someone did a live stream and then forgot to close the live stream and fucked his girlfriend on camera. I think I remember something like that
I
happened.
do remember something vaguely like that. Yeah, was it? You
So
know, I don't want to say because I don't know for sure. So
you don't want to say for sure. I'm going to say a name. I think it might have been, but I might be absolutely wrong. I think it was Sargon.
I don't I don't know, man. I don't want to say because like it's gonna
But
be in a book
maybe
now.
not. you know. Hey, I don't have I'm not trying to protect my reputation in Gamergate. I don't give a fuck anymore.
Well, no, it's like I don't want to get sued.
No, yeah, I mean,
I
sued for what?
trust me, I don't care about Sargon what Sargon thinks of me, right?
I mean, I again,
Trust me,
I
I
might be
really
absolutely
don't.
wrong. Yeah, I might be absolutely wrong. I don't know. I just remember, and honestly, I never saw that video. I just remember this thing about someone doing that. But yeah, is there anything else?
Well, yeah. Do you want to try and close this down relatively soon?
Um, I
I've
mean,
got a
I
lot more
think we.
questions, but not a lot more.
Oh
But
no,
I
no,
got.
no, no, no! If you have a lot of more questions, go ahead with your questions. Absolutely.
All right. So you don't have to talk about it, but did you experience any harassment during GamerGate from either side or from third-party trolls?
I am extremely difficult to harass. One of the reasons I was that active on the Gamergate discussion is that I kinda crave confrontation in a sense. And after that, again, I went on Brexit and went to discuss other hot topics. Um, so I don't even know how someone could effectively harass me because I'm really brazen. I don't give a fuck. I I am perfectly able to disengage from the conversation if I feel burned out. I'm sure that some people tried. Again, Hoax definitely kind of tried. There's a lot of people that were hostile in a way that was unwarranted, but I didn't feel harassed simply because. And I'm not saying this as my skin is thicker and I'm such an alpha male. No, it's just it's how I am as a like it's my character. It's just if you're harassing me, you're probably not someone that I respect very much, and if I don't respect you very much, what you say has little consequence to me. So it's difficult to harass me. Unless it's, I mean, if people showed up in real life at my door, maybe I would be concerned. But, when it's words on the internet, I'm not particularly bothered.
Yeah. And I mean, I received a lot of harassment during
Oh,
GamerGate.
I'm sure. Like, I think the most harassing thing that I experienced is someone uh pointing out a GoFundMe that I had at a certain point and saying that I was e-bagging on the internet. And I
You shill
was
you.
I was okay, so like GoFundMe exists for a reason. A lot of people do that for the most desperate reason. Like it's why why should I be the one that feels ashamed about it?
Yeah. No, I mean, yeah, I mean, I used to be of the view, and we talk about how I was a clout shark a bit, but like I used to be of the view that like you shouldn't make money off this stuff actually. Like I didn't put ads on
Yeah,
my videos, and like I'm sure you
we,
remember, like for a long time, I did
yeah,
later change my perspective on this, but like for like
and
the first like 2 years, I didn't put ads on my videos or anything because I thought that it diminishes people
yeah,
are going to attack you for it for one, and two,
true.
it's going to create this perception that you're only in it for the money and you're going to be like captured by your audience. I thought.
Yeah. By the way, my GoFundMe nothing to do with Gamergate. Like, it's not. I wasn't even like using Gamergate or any of my, um, all of my social media that I was using for Gamergate to put people towards like the GoFundMe. Nothing to do with it.
Well, I do kind of feel the need to. I think it's fine if you do the GoFundMe. By the way, I don't really care. Like that's fine.
Yeah.
Like, yeah. Now, if you tweeted out on the GamerGate hashtag, like it'd be a bit different. But
Oh yeah, absolutely. That
yeah.
I agree.
But like, I do kind of feel the need to defend myself because look, I do recognize that I was a stupid kid back then. But having gone down memory lane and like rediscovered like a lot of my old stuff, I think that a lot of stuff I did was stupid. Sure, like some of the Reddit posts were dumb, 1,000%.
Who didn't do something stupid
And some
when
of the
they were
videos were
younger?
dumb, but like a lot of the stuff I did too. Like I was re-listening to a conversation I'd had with Mist Sonata, who's in the chat right now, by the way. Um, but it was a conversation I had with her during GamerGate, and
Uh-huh.
we had one of the best, if not the best, discussions on GamerGate that I've ever heard in my entire life. And this, I thought it was lost forever. I rediscovered this ancient tome of knowledge and wisdom, essentially. And it was
Yeah.
this ancient conversation we had. Two people across the aisle sitting there and having a super good faith discussion for two
Yeah.
hours about Gamergate. And it was it this what this should have been what Gamergate, the discussion, the debate aspect of it, the conversation aspect of it, it should have been this. It
But
was
here's the
such a good
thing.
conversation.
A little bit like the video game industry, it was also that. And I still really like what we had. Like, there's been a lot of good faith conversations. I even remember there was some people in Gamergate playing the game that Brianna Wu did and having a stream with her.
Yeah, that was the Hatman.
The Hatman, you're right. Like, those things happen. They were surrounded by a bunch of shit posting and people arguing in bad faith, but both things happened.
Do you have any thoughts on ZachAttack?
I don't know if I don't remember who that is or if I just straight up don't know who that is. So if you could tell me.
The group of anti-Gamergate people who tried to dox Mombot.
Oh,
Gamergazi condemned them, I should add.
okay. I mean, obviously they need to be condemned. I cannot say much about it because I don't really remember. Like, I vaguely remember Mambot, and I think I remember discussions about her being like doxed, but I cannot remember much of the whole thing, so I don't think I have anything to say for something that I vaguely remember.
Do you remember the term sea lioning?
Yeah, yeah, I remember it. And I I think my perception on that morphed a tiny bit. Um it's definitely annoying when someone invalidates your position because the sea lioning, blah blah blah, etc. etc. At the same time, looking at it with some distance, I can imagine that with how many people were involved in the conversation, and especially on Twitter, where someone posts a thing, receives 14 answers, and all of those 14 answers expect an answer to what they said. And after that, they reply again and they expect to keep the conversation going. And for me, is one conversation. For them, is 14. And not all of them were probably particularly smart. I get it. I get how that can be exhausting. Again, ideally, in a world that doesn't exist, I would have really liked if we had 4 or 5 people that can argue decently and they have their head on their shoulder, kind of bring forward the argument instead of the mess that we had, because we could have sent a better message that way. I don't think we can be too mad about some people getting exhausted by the argument. because of how it was presented.
So you think GamerGate should have like elected leadership or something like that?
Yes and no, because at the same time, maybe, but at the same time, the moment that you elect leadership, I would have never accepted someone else to talk for me. Like I am also part of the problem, and I always said that. Like don't, I don't accept anyone in GamerGate to speak for me. I speak for myself. So on one side, it would have been better for the conversation. On the other side, it would have been worse for the representation because, like, also, I am terrified of thinking of who could have been the people elected to speak for Gamergate, considering what we sent on the second panel on the like
Well, to
it
be
would have
clear,
been a
like
disaster.
I don't think like Christina Hoff Sommers or even Kathy Young are like that bad. It's just
Okay,
Milo, right?
Milo definitely by far, but I think Summers doesn't really have my like she was someone that agreed with some arguments that were already tangential and didn't really had much stake on anything game related, because how would she, honestly? And yeah, people just like that there was someone that is technically a feminist but was making arguments that resonated with them. And I wasn't honestly even agreeing with all the arguments. I
Sure.
defend the I defend the right to have them. Like, it's not, oh, she should be silenced. No, that's fine. I don't always agree 100%, and that's fine. Kathy Young, I have to admit, it's been a long time, so it's not like I remember everything. By what I remember, I think she was fine.
Well, I guess we'll find out in a couple weeks. I'll be interviewing her,
Okay.
most likely.
But
Yeah.
again, I was very adamant at the time, and I don't think I was necessarily wrong in saying I am representing myself.
No, I think that's fine.
I like you say people in Gamergate do this, do that, say this, say that. I didn't say that. I didn't do that. I am here as myself. And I was one of the few people that was getting in with his name and last name and everything. Like, I wasn't hiding behind like three different nicknames and having like shit posting with the second account or stuff like that. I had my name. I had what I did in my life. I had everything on the open. So my opinion was really my opinion, and it was putting my name on.
Thank you for watching another video segment from the People of Gamergate. I'm happy to announce that the book, The People of Gamergate Volume 1, is now available in both hardcover and Kindle formats. Please head over to gamergatebook.com or search for The People of Gamergate on Amazon to pick up your copy today. Thank you, and have a great day.